I wish I had the thing on like a selfie stick thing, and then I could be like, come along with me, we're going behind the scenes. Today we're doing something really, really different. We're taking you behind the scenes. We don't have like a super solid plan for what this video is gonna be, but you do know that we are moms and we cook freezer meals for real for our families, but another part of our life is that we have this YouTube channel and we have an online business called the Freezer Meals 101 Club, where we take all the guesswork out of freezer cooking for other people and help them not have to worry about what's for dinner, because it was so awesome for us.
It totally was. What we're going to show you today is normal for us. It's going to be very different for you. And some of you keeners are gonna love this, and even if you aren't one of our keeners, you're gonna love it too, because it's fun in here. We are having fun, we always have fun, and you're going to see literally behind the scenes of what prepping and getting ready for tonight looks like. Because what's tonight?
Tonight, which in your time is probably like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, depending on like the editing schedule and the videos coming out before this one. But in our time, tonight, we are teaching our monthly live cooking class to our Freezer Meals 101 Club members. And so either the day before or on that day, we do our prep for that class. And we also do some prep that, you know, people don't usually see, but not just prepping our ingredients, but we kind of get this kitchen all ready so that when people show up live, it looks like we know what we're doing.
It looks like we know what we're doing. Whether we actually know what we're doing or not, I don't know. I think we've gotten pretty good at this. I think we generally know what we're doing. But yeah, it's gonna be complicated and fun.
We're also going to show you behind the scenes of some of the overheads and things that we do, because again, normally you see these polished-ish, we are
So
still
polished.
ourselves, but polished-ish videos. Is that a word?
Listen, our videos have improved so much over time.
Yes,
if you
they
want
have.
to see how far we've come, you go back to the beginning when it was Charla by herself in the kitchen, in her brown kitchen with her iPhone, talking to a camera by herself. That was a long time ago. That was eons ago. And I don't feel like it's weird anymore to tell people that I'm a YouTuber. We've been doing this long enough that when somebody says, hey, what do you do for a living? I teach people how to make freezer meals on YouTube. I'm a YouTuber.
And we have like honest to goodness mics.
We're professional, totally professional.
Cameras, no longer the $30 ring light with our iPhone, although we use those, and you're gonna see that today when we film our overheads. And normally in a video, we tell you what goes into the freezer meal, and we might be making it here, but then afterwards, when all the cameras are off, we do our overhead, and that's when we get out that $30 ring light. Thank you, Amazon. And we film us putting things in the bag so that you get a better view of it. And today, for a few reasons, we've got some overheads that need to get filmed, and we'll share with you what those reasons are, just so that you get a little like day in the life of a meal prep YouTuber.
You get some insight. And we're happy to show it to you.
All right, so the first thing that I did, I've already done it, is I threw a Texas pulled pork into the slow cooker over there. I'm gonna show you me doing that. I was using that ring light. And before I did that, I actually went out onto my deck. I've got jalapeno plant that Christy gave me.
Yes, that my sister-in-law gave me.
Because
I passed
she
it on to you.
grew it.
She grew it from seed because she's like a homesteader like that.
Gardener
She's
extraordinaire.
a very good gardener. And so she gave me a bunch of tomato and pepper plants. And I knew exactly where that jalapeno pepper plant should be going because Charla loves them. And it's producing. It's doing such a nice job for you.
I have had many peppers this year, so we went out and we plucked a couple of peppers and sliced those up and got them into this Texas pulled pork. Now, the reason that we've got this going in the slow cooker right now and we didn't do it in a freezer bag is because for our live cooking classes, we show each of the recipes. We usually do 5. We do 2 of each, sort of. We'll explain that in a second. But we do one family style, family size, into our freezer bag. We do the other and show how you would do it if you're cooking for 1 or 2. And in this case, with the Texas pulled pork, the best way to do this if you're cooking for 1 or 2 is actually to cook it right up in your slow cooker or Instant Pot. It would be faster in the Instant Pot, but I lost mine. I know, who loses an Instant Pot?
We've been looking for it for actually a few weeks. Like, this isn't anything new. I really don't know where it is. I don't know, she doesn't know. It's very bizarre.
I have no idea. Anyway, and like it's large. It's like, anyway, it is in the slow cooker because I didn't want to borrow Christy's Instant Pot. It would, take me that, she only lives 2 doors down, but it seemed like a big inconvenience. So we've got that going in the slow cooker. And we're going to get a soup. We're gonna do Mulligatawny soup because that's one of the recipes for tonight, because like fall, Oh, it's got apples in it. Like, do you get more fall than apples? And actually my aunt phoned me yesterday and asked me if I wanted a bunch of apples from her apple tree.
Nice.
And I haven't decided.
Oh.
Because I'm going away.
Oh, and then what do you do with them?
What do I do with these apples? So, and I kind of wanted to say, like, it depends. How big are they? Because if they're this big and you have to, like...
You eat them differently. You can still... Okay. Last weekend, my daughter went to the neighbor's house that's in between us, and they have like 12 apple trees. So it's crab apples, regular apples, and we're in northern Alberta, so they aren't like the big fancy apples that you can grow in southern climates. You can grow them here, it's just a whole thing. But so she just came back with like a grocery bag full, and I didn't peel them. I just quartered them and took out the core, and I made the best apple crisp that you could imagine.
I bet.
And it was so, so good. That's what my suggestion would be. And when you have an apple like that, do you know what today? Maybe I'll show you how you can cut an apple without having to cut it in half and dig out that core. My mom would say it's very wasteful, but it's fast. And it isn't very wasteful. It's like marginally wasteful. I will show you how to do that today to make it go faster, right?
Okay. I don't have an apple for you to show me on.
Don't we need apples for the mulligatawny?
Oh, shoot. Yes?
Do you have apples?
No. Yes, I do. Wait, yes, I do.
I have apples at home if you don't have enough.
No, okay. I have apples. I forgot because I did a grocery order rather than going into the store and picking the things. So yes, I have apples. I just didn't remember. Okay, speaking of the grocery order,
how did it go? Because you always get like
bad.
No,
it went okay, but the pork roasts, like, I understand that a pork roast can be like this, like the ones we got from Costco for the mega session, and we had to cut them in half, or they can be like this, and I got 2 that were like this. So I saw them when I put the order in my trunk, and I stopped at another store and got another one, and so I've got 2 of the small pork roasts in the slow cooker right now to equal 1, and then later when we make the family sized one, it's just going to be a small one. Like, it's just going to have to be a small one, because they only had 1 roast at the other store. So whatever, we're just going to make do, because done is better than perfect.
That's true.
And we're going to get that soup going on the stove, because just like the Texas pulled pork, for a mulligatawny for 1 or 2, we're gonna cook the whole thing first, and then we're gonna portion it out probably into our 1 cup super cubes, get those frozen, and then pop them out so that we've got 1 cup portions ready to reheat, or we can put them in quart-sized bags. But the other reason that we're doing it now and not during the live cooking class, although we're going to tell them all about it.
Yes, if you're watching this, we'll probably tell you about it during the live cooking class, so you're seeing this twice, but then you can just feel special because you were at the live cooking class.
But the reason also is because we have to run an immersion blender through it. And you don't want to be live when somebody is running an immersion blender because that's just loud.
It's just loud. It's rude.
It's rude. So we're actually being kind to you by doing it ahead is what we're doing. So we're going to get that started and we're also going to do some prep. Let's get to work on the mulligatawny soup. Christy's going to teach us how to core an apple more effectively so that maybe I say yes to my aunt about that offer of free apples.
You might. So to do the apples, growing up, we always had apples at our house. My mom worked in a logging camp with her grandma and she learned how to make apple pie like nobody's business. And if we had to like cook for like a hockey tournament or something, my mom's apples always went first, or her pies, I mean, always went first. So there was a lot of apples happening at my house. So to do it how we would normally do it at home, you cut it in half from the top down. And actually, I do almost everything with the little paring knife. And I cut towards myself. You can at me in the comments. But then I was taught to just take the tip off, go down a little bit in the underneath for the core, and then take a little bit out there where the stem is.
Okay.
And that's it. And I've seen you do it, and you do this. You do it like this, and you do this thing. Let's do this. I'm very curious.
So I'm going to show you my
version,
which is not very scientific or safe, whatever.
It's fine. You get it done.
I just sort of tilt the knife in so that, you know, at some point they're going to meet up under there.
Yeah.
I can't really see it, but I know that it's happening. And then it just pops out. So then you get your core and you have your beautiful apple.
Awesome.
And probably about the same amount of, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
I love it. I love it. So if you are doing anything smaller than, you know, just a small apple that's, and these don't need to be peeled, by the way, for the mulligatawny. Otherwise, I would have peeled it first. So if you were doing these for something that's smaller, our friend Dean actually showed me this. And I don't know why I never knew it before, because it's wasteful and my parents would have never taught me how to do this. My mom would have never done this. So Mom, don't watch this. Okay, you cut the first side, you turn it, you cut the next side, you turn it, you cut the next side, you turn it, you cut the last side.
Oh my goodness, that was a lot faster, but I can see why it's wasteful.
But really, that's done.
Yep.
But when they're this big,
Totally.
you are obviously not going to peel them.
No.
And to get in there, even you remember the paring knives that had like Pampered Chef has them. I've seen they're just the old 80s paring knife that have the super thin blade that you can like. They're flimsy, but they're super sharp.
Yep.
Even with those, and I have seen my mom do it because I can't imagine my mom doing this.
Right.
So when you get like, the only other time I've seen this, it's like machine cut, right? Or like McDonald's apples, if you get that instead of the fries for your kids in the Happy Meal.
Right.
The apples are cut like that.
Okay.
And that's it. So if you have little apples, that's how you do it.
That would be how to do it.
The time I save, is it worth that extra?
No, but I had a hard time saying no because I also have this like no waste kind of thing. But honestly, no.
And I mean, if
it bothers me, we
you
can
can
put
do
those
this.
little bits
You can
in
do the
soup.
corners. Like, you know what I mean?
But then you spent just as much time as you would have if you'd just done the thing. So we might as well just do.
Yeah, the rest of them I will do the original way I learned how.
We could just do a little waste, and it would be okay.
It totally is. It's whatever you want to do. Like, and chefs do this because it's fast.
Right.
Chefs will cut the top off a strawberry. Where at my house we had to scoop the strawberry or core it.
I take a little tiny spoon and just.
I have a coring.
Okay.
But now, because I need to do things fast, I just cut the top off and I lay them all flat side down and I chop them up. Don't tell my mom.
Okay, Christy's done showing me her apple trick. I'm gonna show you something. This is our freezer stack for tonight. And in it, we've got some notes and, handy things to know. We also go through like what you would do to divide it if you're cooking for one or two in case you can't make the live class and you just want to watch the replay or whatever. And then we've got the recipes, so beautiful recipe sheets. And then we've got a shopping list that's super easy to use because it's divided into the different areas in the store. And then the magic. The magic is the prep list. So you don't have to figure out what to prep because it's all here for you. So on here it says core and dice Granny Smith apples, and you can soak them in lemon water while they're waiting to go into your meal so that they don't get brown if you want. And then it tells you how many to do. So we are actually, in the next little bit here, we're going to be working off this prep list. Christy already started with peeling and dicing the carrots. I was over at the sink washing knives. We didn't show you that behind the scenes part, but
everybody knows that part.
Doing dishes, part of our life. And then there's a whole bunch of other prep here that you're gonna see us scurrying around doing, but we're gonna talk you through a little bit of it, just show you the rest of it. I'm gonna grab the pot actually that we're making the mulligatawny soup, the one of the mulligatawny soup in, so that two of those apples can go directly into that pot. And then as we go, we're gonna just have that simmering, and who knows, we might even eat that for dinner before the class starts.
Nice.
Christy's gonna keep doing this, and maybe I'll be the sous chef and start gathering ingredients. Oh, and I'm gonna seed and dice 2 jalapeno peppers because actually I only need to do 1 because 1 is already in the slow cooker with that roast. So, okay, yeah, have at her.
I will carry on.
Compost bowl. That's what's happening over here. And I just added a jalapeno top to it. It's really handy to have something where you can just not be going back and forth to your trash. And also, if you live in the country like we do and you have a compost pile, then
you throw it on there.
You can compost it.
Yep. I'm just going to take a second and point out the size difference in these two heads of cauliflower. I don't have an explanation for it because I did not do the shopping. Online order. Like, and you can put notes in there, but would you think to write in the notes, please have them about the same size? So the nice part is we will get to chop all of these and then just divide them evenly in between the two meals that we're making. So it'll all be okay, but it's just kind of weird. It's not just me, right? Like these are, like, I kind of want to weigh them because you could.
It's a considerable size difference.
I had to like cut quite a bit of black bits off, and I mean that's not a big deal. I'll take it out, but anyway, I just had to point that out because it's kind of funny. You're not inferior, cauliflower. I don't want to make you feel bad. Just saying.
And I am cutting yellow pepper, orange pepper, and red pepper into large chunks for our cashew chicken sheet pan meal that we're making tonight at the class. Again, we'll be making individual sizes and a family size. This is one that I picked it for this month's class for selfish reasons because we haven't had it in a long time and it's a good one.
It is a really good one. It's super yummy.
And it's colorful, which means it's healthy.
It's very pretty. Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be great to have this one ready to go. I don't know what I'm doing with these peppers. I'm not cutting them the way I usually cut peppers. Maybe the pressure of cutting it on camera is getting to me. Like, look at this. It's a U.
It sure is.
It's a ring. I don't know what I'm doing.
That's very funny.
I don't know. I am not. Oh, and I'm holding the knife upside down and everything.
It's like you're nervous.
It's like I'm nervous.
That is funny.
We don't usually do video of our prep.
We were professionals. That's funny.
We are professionals, but...
And even more so, Charlotte's daughter has recently enrolled in a culinary school, which means she's not here to do our prep.
That's true. She took culinary in high school, and she often did our prep for us. I mean, not all these years, but just the last year or so. Mm-hmm.
Boy, has it been nice.
Oh, it's so nice. I've kind of gotten busier between work and our little guy. I've gotten busier, and so it was nice to just have her do it. I think the problem with this knife is it's so old, 29 years old, that I can't tell which side is the sharp side because neither one is very sharp.
Ah, that's funny.
But so I keep accidentally holding it the wrong way.
That is funny.
We'll get there.
I am doing the cauliflower for the cauliflower tacos, and so I'm actually cutting them quite a bit smaller than I would if I was just doing it for a sheet pan or a soup or something. And so this will take a little extra time, but that's okay. The cauliflower tacos are amazing, and you would not even really realize that you're not having a meat taco. The texture is so great, the flavor is so great, and we recommend people to have that crema, that avocado crema, and it's hard to find, but you can also make your own. And wowzas, does that also zip it up?
It's so good.
And then you put the wrong bits in the right bowl, like the parts that are supposed to go in there. I'm finding in here. It's okay. It's all cauliflower in the end.
It's all cauliflower. I'm really short, so it's hard for me to
You come around.
do these. Okay, we're gonna shift a little bit, but here we go. Don't judge me for the way that I cut things. My non-prep skills, my non-culinary prep skills. But a day in the life of a YouTuber. So this morning, yesterday was one of our son's birthday suppers. They get to kind of pick what they want for their birthday supper. And we have some of the grandparents and some of the kids that have moved away from home and all that. Everybody who can make it comes, and we have a big dinner. My daughter that's in culinary school made the dessert. She made an angel food cake with a raspberry strawberry compote, and it was delicious.
And being in culinary, I bet you she made that angel food cake from scratch. Or did she use a box?
She used a box
that's
because
fair.
she has not had her
Baking part yet?
baking part. She made the compote from scratch, which you know because she borrowed
Oh,
your
my-
lemon juice.
I was out driving around yesterday and she texted me and said, "Do you have any lemon juice?" And I'm like, "Yes, go to my fridge in my house and help yourself."
Go help yourself. That's how our kids
That's
have
how we
kind
roll.
of grown up with that.
Well, it's even funnier because I'm like, "Yeah, I have some at home in the fridge." She said, "Is it in your garage fridge or in your kitchen fridge?" That's how comfortable she is in my house. And I'm like, "Yeah, it's my kitchen fridge. You go right ahead."
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
But yes, she made the compote and she chose that dessert because her brother, whose birthday it was, he is lactose intolerant. So she was choosing a non-dairy cake.
Oh, nice.
And she didn't even make whipped cream because it was,
For him.
for him. So that was awesome. But yesterday, after everybody left, I put in my online grocery order, just took the PDF shopping list and, ordered what I needed. And then this morning, my husband got our little guy off to daycare and I went and got the grocery order, realized the thing about the pork, and so I stopped at another grocery store and picked up the only pork they had. And then I think I had texted Christy yesterday maybe and said, "Hey, random question, but do you want to film before the cooking class tomorrow?"
I'm regretting it now. No, I'm not. It needs to get done. We might as well film it. And I don't know. I don't want to say kill two birds with one stone, but that's kind of what we're doing because it makes it sound like it's an unpleasant task. And I don't mind filming and I don't mind doing prep. It's weird to do it in front of you and that's okay too because we can stretch and grow.
Yes, we can stretch and grow. So, and that's what we're doing here today. So then I emailed Christy a list of some labels for her to print up. And she got those, because she is the label queen.
Yep.
She got those printed up so that we can use them today. And when I stopped for that pork roast, I also grabbed some blueberries, cottage cheese, oranges, and a green pepper, which are not on the list for tonight. But those are for the overheads that we need to do because I've been making, some of you have followed me on this saga. I have been making these blueberry cottage cheese muffins. I made them in a breakfast video, a brunch video. I'll pop that right there. The other things in that video, only 2 of them worked out of the 6, but these blueberry muffins had a lot of promise. They needed some zip. So I made them again the night after our mega session, and I added lemon juice and lemon zest to them. And they were much better, and they were good in the first place. So this meant they were really good. But Christy's idea was the lemon juice and lemon zest, and I had the idea to do orange juice and orange zest. So I'm just too curious to know, which one would be better. Plus, I've never filmed an overhead of them, and if we want to have them in future videos and in the Freezer Meals 101 Club, then I need to do an overhead video of it. So today, I picked up the cottage cheese, blueberries, and oranges for that purpose. And, okay, the batter for these muffins looks gross. Like, there is overhead video just of this tiny little clip of the batter. And it looks gross because of the cottage cheese. And so I've had several people comment on YouTube and tell me that I should blend the cottage cheese before. And so for this final version of these cottage cheese muffins, I'm gonna try to blend the cottage cheese before.
Which is funny because when you look at the actual muffin, you can't tell that there's cottage cheese in it. It's just purely cosmetic, I think, as you were making it. And that would be an extra step that I would probably skip.
Okay, I agree with you, except you know how I'm a bit of a...
or eaten them, so...
You haven't eaten them?
No.
Oh, I have some of the lemon ones in the freezer. Of course, they're in the freezer.
Yeah.
And today, of course, we're gonna have the fresh orange ones,
Oh, yeah.
orange zest ones.
Yep.
So you will definitely get to eat.
I'm excited about it.
You can try both and see what you like better.
Yep.
I have to say that you kind of can't tell at first glance when you're eating them, but if you look closely, because I'm a squeamish person and I inspect my food, if you look closely, you can find the little bits that are a slightly different color. Like they're whiter.
Yeah, sure.
And so it's
That
not
makes sense.
that I'm squeamish about it exactly, because I know that it's
Cottage cheese.
cottage cheese and I made them myself and I know that they're good. But it's not my favorite to,
Yeah.
have the cottage cheese. So yeah,
I hear ya.
I'm just gonna try the YouTube suggestions of, see what might I don't know what I'm doing to this red pepper. It's like the bottom had to come out because there was a black bit, and now I'm opening it like it's a book. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's working ish. Regardless of how I prep things, they're going to get prepped. I think I got worse at prep because I started relying on my daughter too much, and now I forget how to cut things. But here is the good news for those of you who are watching and worried about the
And
safety
rapt
of my
attention.
fingers, which you probably should be. But anyway, the good news is that my daughter, who's taking all these classes, and she's only like a week and a half or 2 weeks in, she's going to be able to teach me the proper way to hold a knife and like how to not put your fingers in the way of the knife and all those things that I apparently need to learn. If you are concerned for my fingers, just know that this knife is so dull, there's no damage that can be done.
Nerd alert. A dull knife is way more dangerous than a sharp knife.
I've heard that, but I don't understand it.
Because a dull knife can glance off of things, and then if it does have enough force to cut you, because it's not a nice sharp slice, it's quite the gash.
Okay.
And so that's part of it. If a sharp knife cuts you, it's just a slit because it's sharp.
Maybe I would think also that you're putting more force into
a dull knife. Yep.
So maybe you have more force when you we
Yep.
should not be talking about such things when we're doing a cooking video.
I have the exact time to be talking about it, actually.
All right. You come for the food and you stay for the chat.
Stay for the gore. My mom was cutting turnips one time, and they were very hard to cut. They were big and thick and just heavy. And she had the Wiltshire knives. Do you remember those from the 80s that were supposed to be the self-sharpening knives, and they were not. But she would push down with the heel of her hand as she was going down, and she got interrupted, and she picked it up and turned the knife the wrong way and went.
Oh my word.
And
that's a terrible
story. It was a dull knife, and it did cut into her, and that was it for cutting turnips that day. But
holy.
yeah. So keep your knives sharp and in good shape, and that will be. They'll do what you expect them to do. And if she had a properly sharp knife, she wouldn't have had to push so hard.
Right.
Yeah, a sharp knife will do what you expect it to do. That's all.
And if you're like me and you tend to not sharpen your knives, then you need to have Christy move 2 doors down from you. but I'm not giving her up. So
No, you can't have me. I have a knife sharpener. These are Pampered Chef knives, and
this one is not. But
they come with but you can buy a sharpening tool specifically for them that is at the right angle that the blade is, and there's a honing tool, and it's done in such a way that you're not going to hurt yourself and you don't have to have a lot of skill to do it. And so I do have those, and every couple of months when I do mine, I come over and do hers. So usually around mega session time. And I did do some of yours. I don't think I ran through the whole block when I was here. And that can opener that we bought, during the mega session, our can
I'm going to
opener.
interrupt you for 1 second. For those of you who are new here, once every 3 months, Christy and I used to get together and make enough meals for the next 3 months. We then didn't do that for like 8 months or so
Yeah.
because life happened and we got off our game. But we continued to make freezer meals and continued to eat this way. We just weren't doing the mega sessions. And then we did one. So you can check it out up there. We did 107 meals and it was so good
It
to
was
get
so
back
good.
into
Yeah.
that. It was like, I was like, oh, we shouldn't have stopped these.
And I feel so good having those meals
Oh.
in my freezer.
Do I ever? Okay, so sorry, I interrupted you. You
Nope,
continue.
that's okay. We have this electric can opener that has been just a lifesaver for us. And darned if the motor didn't give. Like, we worked that thing to death. And we had bought it in 2020. So it gave us like 5 good years of her life. Her name was Canny, 3, because it was our 3rd one. And so after the first night, I did just run out to Walmart and grabbed one. And it had a knife sharpener on it. And I'm like, we're not putting our good knives through this. We're going to do the crappy knives first to see how it goes. But it was so lightweight that our cans fell over when we were like trying to open them. So I was going to return it and then get the next level up. It was a Black & Decker Hamilton Beach. And I looked at the weight on the next one up of the Hamilton Beach and it was not much heavier. So I didn't get it. I got another of our Cuisinart.
Okay, well, you know, it gave
and it's
us
at my
5
house.
years.
We could get another 5 out of it, totally.
So,
And we were used to it by then.
yeah. When we first started using it, we did not like it.
No, we didn't. We got used to it though.
Because our favorite can opener, if you work for West Bend, please take this up to management. Our favorite can opener was the West Bend can opener. We miss it still. Maybe we should find one on eBay or something because it was just the
It really
best.
was the good one.
And they don't make them anymore, and we just, you know. And hey, if you start making them again, and you want us to shout that from the rooftops and get people who watch our channel to buy it, then start manufacturing them.
It's totally true. Call our agents. And so I did end up keeping the other one because for all of our meals, I've never had one. And I thought, you know what, I can put up with one that gets topply just to save my wrists if I end up doing a large session by myself at my house. So I did do that. And yeah. Oh, this is taking a while.
These are not very uniform, but that's okay. I mean, they are going on a sheet pan, so they're supposed to be uniform, but
Well,
we
peppers aren't
always
uniform
say
either,
done is
right?
better than perfect, and we're just doing the thing today.
We're doing the thing. It's totally fine.
We're also doing another sheet pan dinner tonight, which is our gnocchi, chicken gnocchi sheet pan. That's a lemon chicken gnocchi sheet pan. It's a really nice one. It's kind of fresh. And the reason I chose it is because when you're doing prep, it actually makes things go faster, although we're so slow today, but just...
But you know what? If you were going to make this for tacos tonight, you wouldn't make it because this is a lot of work cutting this up. But because I'm doing the prep today and we're going to like mix it up and freeze it, we're going to make 2 because if it's this much work, you just double it and get it done with. So you can let go of those expectations and then you can actually enjoy them, right?
Absolutely. And so we just chose the lemon chicken gnocchi sheet pan because we're also doing the cashew chicken. Both of them call for raw cubed chicken. If you're gonna get your hands yucky and cube chicken, then why not make 4 meals of that? You know, you make 2 of the cashew chicken, 2 of the lemon gnocchi chicken. They're wildly different recipes. They're not going to taste remotely similar other than you cook them on a sheet pan so you do less dishes that night, which everybody's a fan of.
Totally.
But you know, we're gonna just get it all done all at once. We're gonna dirty 1 knife, not this knife though, because this was the pepper knife, but we're gonna dirty 1 knife for the chicken. We're gonna dirty 1 cutting board. We're gonna have to wash those dishes once and get 4 meals out of it. So that's why I chose both of those recipes for tonight's cooking class, because they both used the raw cubed chicken. And I do tend to make sure that I choose kind of a variety, but also things that overlap in some of the ingredients so that the prep is faster. We are slower on prep though when we're when we're filming.
When we're chit-chatting?
So
I don't
it's
know.
okay.
It's been a long time since I've had to process 2 heads of cauliflower in one
That's true.
afternoon.
We also are way ahead of schedule because we gave ourselves some extra time just in case. So we've got eons.
We've got time. We're doing great. Did you ever watch the Martha Stewart, her documentary?
Yes.
Her getting mad at one of the cooks that she hired to help her with her prep to do this party, and she pulled out like a little knife to cut I don't know what, and she's like, no, big item, big knife. Come on, what are you gonna do with that little thing? And I'm like, I have suggested to Charlotte that she uses a chef knife for things that she's using the totally wrong knife for, but I don't care that much, and it's Charlotte's show, and I couldn't do that. Like I couldn't. Anyway.
Well, maybe that's why we don't have the Martha Stewart empire.
Maybe
because neither of us
neither are that tough.
care that much about which knife to use.
No. Gosh. No.
Okay, so are you reading any good books lately?
So I had quite the summer. We talked a little bit about it earlier, not with on camera or anything. I read the book called The Dutch House. It was narrated by, I listened to audiobooks, it was narrated by Tom Hanks, which was lovely. But it's kind of one of those slow nothing stories. Mm-hmm. There isn't a tremendous plot that you're like holding your breath for. It's not a thriller. It's a story about the house and their lives and how they come in and out of, how they're intertwined with this house. And it is actually interesting. It's not a mover and a shaker. So it's not for everybody, but I did enjoy it. And currently I'm reading a book called Saint of the Narrow Street. And it is about a woman in the 80s who, she's married, she has a baby, and her husband is kind of a no good guy.
Okay.
And it opens with him coming in, and basically it's her and her sister at their house, and he comes in and he's got a gun and he's waving it at them. And
yeah, I'd call that a no good guy.
He's a no good guy. And in defense, she hits him with a frying pan and kills him.
Ooh.
So they have the option. Do we call the police or do we just deal with it?
Right.
And they deal with it, of course. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a book. And it covers like the next 20 years of their lives of how they cover it up and how they deal with people and who's coming close to figuring it out, that he didn't just leave, because he would have been the kind of guy that would leave. So it was pretty believable, but some people are better at sniffing it out than others, and it's pretty interesting. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I think it's well written. Like I'm liking it. It's for my book club, and I haven't finished it yet, so we won't meet about it until into October. And then I did tell you I read The Gift of Fear, and everybody should read that book.
Absolutely. It
was fantastic. And I would have to look and see what else. I would have to look in my Goodreads. I've kind of, there's only so many things in my life that I can track at once, and right now books isn't one of them. So I don't know what I've read all this summer, but yeah, that was it. Oh, and I read a romance called Swift and Saddled, and my goodness, was that spicy. That was a spicy cowboy romance book.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny.
It is.
I am reading What Happened to You? Oprah Winfrey and, is it Dan Hughes or, I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I can't remember, but one of my trauma-informed people that I really like, and there's quite a few of them, kind of think it's, but anyway, and it's not a light read. It's not that fun. Trauma, brain science stuff is something that I am interested in and follow, and for various reasons. So I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Toronto on a business trip, and I was looking this morning through my books. I read actual, like I'm not an audiobook person, but I don't have that many that are not like heavy learning books. Like
Right.
I think I've got one that you gave me, like The Dance of Anger.
Oh yeah.
I've got like ones like that, like
That's
a
heavy.
lot, like a lot of heavy ones.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking for something I can read on the plane. And I was looking, and even the fiction ones I have,
Pretty heavy.
are very heavy. And so usually I have just a stack of books and I can pick and whatever. But even
Do you ever reread?
no, I mean like something like Anne of Green Gables or
Sure,
something like
sure.
that maybe. But
I was thinking about Miss Benson's Beetle.
Yes.
Like, because that's so crazy. But it's one that you don't want to know the end. You don't want the
no,
spoiler.
and it's too recent
Okay.
to reread. But okay, I'm gonna walk this out to the compost.
Okay, our favorite tool probably is this guy. It is our vegetable chopper. We use it just about only for onions. Sometimes I'll do peppers in it if they just need to be diced. And there's different plates you can put in here, and it can be minced, it can be diced. So we need 2 diced onions. I've gone ahead and prepped them off camera, and I stripped them, I cut the ends off, and I've quartered the halves because sometimes if they're really big, they just don't fit nicely in this little, if they're too big. So, and then here's where I get really specific. I put this on an angle so that when it presses down, every part of the onion will have a square dice. And I don't know if that makes sense. See, that easy. Because if I just sat it like this, the round part of the onion would then be long. And we can't have that. It wouldn't bother one of us, but it would bother the other one. And I think by the laughing, you know who. And so I just do it like that. It does make it more even dice, and it's fast.
And it's so much fun to like get your frustration out.
Yes, and if I am doing like a large amount of onions, like I'm talking 40 onions, and a medium onion is about 1 cup. So lots of times if we're doing onions, that's how we gauge it. If we need 40 onions, I'll do 40 onions, and then we'll just I'll use a 1 cup scoop to get it out of the big bin. But I'll get my son to help me, and I do the prep part like this, and then he does the slamming part, and he likes that.
It's so fun. Who wouldn't like it?
Do you want to do it?
Oh yeah.
Ha!
Okay, I'm gonna go and start the mulligatawny soup in the pot. I think that I need a diced onion, so I'll come grab it from you when I need it.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna get this show on the road here.
And while she is doing that, I'm gonna cut up some chicken, and these onions are making me sniffle just a little bit, not too bad. Ta-da! So the
Beautiful.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are going to go evenly into 2 large bags and 4 small bags. And that's gonna be weird chicken math, I think. I think I'll do like half breast, and then 2 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll work.
And while I'm over here putting the things into our mulligatawny soup on the stove, I'm going to put whatever I'm using after I'm done over behind Christy, because we're gathering ingredients for the cooking class later, and because we're going to be making another one, the family size one.
We'll need everything that
We're
we're
going to
using
need everything.
today.
So it's actually a really good way of kind of dueling my time, or I don't know.
Doubling your time.
Doubling my
Yeah.
time. There you go. Okay, so here's where we're at. My little guy came home. He got his foot pinched in the garage door.
Yeah.
Very sad. Christy's not crying about that. She's crying from the onions. But
It's true. I mean, I'm sad about his foot,
but you know, he's fine. It's fine. But there was, you know, excitement of a lot of people in the house, disruptive sorts. We also got chatting, which tends to happen when we get together, even though we get together often. And time got away from us a little bit. So I'm still hoping to film the overhead for, I'm cutting an onion to be able to film the overhead for the breakfast hash. Now, in that mega session, at the end of the mega session, every time we're left with some prepped ingredients left over that we didn't use because, like Christy was saying, we just scoop in the onions, and so then there might be some onions left over. There were very few onions left over last time, actually.
Yes, there were.
But I did have a little bit of minced onion left over. I had some green pepper left over. And I had some cooked crumbled bacon left over, and we could have just eaten it, but but we decided that I would whip up a recipe. So I invented a breakfast hash. I had some hash browns in the freezer, and I just threw the hash browns and the leftover minced onion, some of that diced green pepper, along with some of the cooked crumbled bacon and some Cajun seasoning into a freezer bag, and just labeled it with a Sharpie and tried it, and it passed the taste test. I just cooked it up in a skillet, and it was a really easy, nice breakfast hash. So we've decided that, you know, it is club worthy. It's gonna go into the regular meal rotation, therefore it needs an overhead. And the overhead we had from before just has like the Sharpie marker.
Yeah,
You
so
know.
we need a professional one. I don't know how many times I'm going to say professional today, but I'm going to prove it to you with this video.
So that's what I'm gonna whip up as soon as I get this onion minced, and it would be faster for me to mince this onion with our lovely little onion mincer thing, but then I would have to get a container and transfer the diced onion into the container, and then I'd have to change out the blade, which would only take a second. But I decided somehow in my head that it would be faster to do this, and I'm sure it isn't. But I only need half an onion here, and I'm done. Almost. One more slice here, and I'm done. So I can go ahead and I can do the overhead. I'm gonna grab my, see? Nice little thing here. And I've got my bag here, and I'm gonna do this overhead while Christy's doing, probably gathering ingredients.
I'm going to gather ingredients for the cooking class.
I hope you enjoyed our frantic behind the scenes peek at what goes on sometimes in a day in the life of a YouTuber.
It's true, because it's real life. We had a toddler, we have cats, we had forgotten ingredients. I don't know if you noticed, but I was prepping the purple onion after the chicken, even though I had already done onions earlier. I just forgot.
Not on the same cutting board, of course, because we are food safe. Earlier today, Christy had to go and pick her daughter up from school because she was sick. I'm packing to try to get ready for this trip that I leave on tomorrow morning for work, and I was also trying to earlier get the last of our mega session overhead files done, and you were working on PDFs and graphics and labels at home.
All the things.
So there's a lot that goes into this that doesn't necessarily make it into our videos. Thank you for being with us for this sort of fun, off-kilter video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we did not get a chance to do our blueberry muffins.
No.
Which I'm quite disappointed about.
Yes, and if you have any book recommendations, not for this trip because Charlotte will already have been gone and back by the time you see this video, but what are you reading right now? We want to know. We always love book club.
So put what you're reading in the comments below. We're going to pop that mega session right over there so that you can go and check out what an actually completed video of ours looks like. And thank you again for being here. Happy cooking.
We're ready to start.
Hi and welcome. We're so glad you're here.